Hey, how's it going? This is my Fibonacci pivot point strategy I like to use. They're basic pivot points, but they actually take account some Fibonacci levels. This is a free indicator in MbTrader. Just go to the indicator tab and search it. You could add it to your charts. I will note these lines are very small when in the default method. You could actually change that in the settings. You could just add them to like 100 and it'll make them wider as far as many candles they cover, because when they're preloaded, it just covers about like maybe 20 or 30 candles, but if you want them across your whole screen, you could change that as well. So main line here, you got the red is the support, the yellow is a pivot, and then the blue lines are the resistance when they're up that high. How I like to use this is I like to use it as an aggressive approach, the first test of any of these levels for a quick scalp. 2 is I'll take a breakout and retest as a more conservative approach, or I use these levels as well as targets. You don't know where things are going to go, so you want these lines give you a general area where you can see in this picture that it tests these lines, and that's where it finds support and resistance, and you could aim for those as far as your price targets if you like. I also use this as a way to combine it with other indicators. Let's say we're approaching the pivot point right here and I'm getting some sell alerts on my exhaustion strategy. I might say that gives me more confidence to take this trade because we're approaching resistance and I'm getting signals that it's getting exhausted. In any case, I wanted to give you some examples. So this is on 7-11. We had a big sell-off in the morning. First test failed, stop loss. But the second test right here, if you were doing the aggressive method where you buy the first test of the line, you got to call this and call it to pop up, take your profits, and you could have done that a couple times actually if you wanted to just use this line as support and just trade it until it failed actually. But you can see how these lines act as support and resistance. This particular day, it was very accurate. Yeah, we have a lot of these wicks here too, so you gotta be careful with your stop losses. Maybe you trade micros like I do to kind of give you a little bit more wiggle room on your losses so you don't get stopped out. But ultimately, you can see how accurate it is, coming to the specific levels and testing them and then bouncing. So this is 7-12. This is the 2-minute chart. This is a 5-minute chart. I do like this to use these pivot points on a smaller time frame because it gives you a better shot for that retest, the break and retest strategy. As you can see here, this box here on the 5-minute, it drops down and you don't really see that retest visually, but on the 2-minute chart we get that initial break, and then we get that little retest right here where if I saw that break, I put my sell order right here, and then my stop loss would be wherever I decide to put it. But you can't see that on this chart because it's a higher time frame. So here the lower time frames give you a better indication or better entry visual. So just keep that in mind. This one is on 7-13. Once again, 2-minute chart, 5-minute chart. You can see that in this particular case, I'm gonna look at this little box right here. And here it gives you a little bit better opportunity because you touch this line a little bit more as far as maybe testing this, so you probably get a better indication, more entries. If you want to say every touch of it you want to trade it, you can see that better over here where you have fewer opportunities on the 5-minute chart. If you're looking for quicker scalps, I suggest using 2-minute or lower time frame because you could actually see more touches and more volatile than the 5-minute, because 5-minute candles are 5 minutes versus 2 minutes. So whatever fits your trading style. But as far as the break and retest strategy I use, this scenario over here is right over here. You can see with this candle, and you get that break. So right here it broke. That was my entry right there. I saw it break on the 2-minute. Boom. Put my order in. Let it go. So that's what I was saying. That's why I like using the 2-minute chart. It's just a little bit easier to see visually when you get the break and retest. If you're doing the price target where you're actually just putting a order to first test of either line, the 5-minute works pretty well too. It's just because you're playing the first test of it. So this is my next and last sample. What I like to do is combine these levels for Fibonacci with my other indicators. This is my these yellow arrows here are my exhaustion candles. I have another video on it. You could check it out. The little ones are mild sell, and the big arrows are the strong sells. So how I use this is that if they're approaching a level I see we're getting some resistance up here, and I get signals on my 2-minute chart that, hey, we're getting some exhaustion here. That just adds to my confidence that, you know, this is a shorting opportunity for me. So that's how I like to add these to other indicators. It gives you, one, it tells you, all right, yes, this is likely going to be a resistance spot because you're getting these candles. And that's how I typically use this pivot points. You can check them out for yourself. They're free. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Happy to help you out. Thanks.